Hey there, everybody. Welcome. I'm Cindy Daychuck with Queen Bee Creations. Thanks for tuning in. We've got a slightly bigger haul. I try and keep it so we'll only be here for about 30 to 35 minutes. But sometimes it's a little crazy. So here's the thing. I decide that my finger is in good enough shape. I mean, it's still noticeably noticeably swollen. Um, and but look, I can bend that much. I have that much bend. I think that's good. I don't know if that's good. But that's where I'm at. But I figure I can go back to Taekwondo. I can't punch anything, right? Obviously, I can't spar, but rather than just being a slug here, I could at least do the warm ups and the exercises and the stretching, which, I've got bad arthritis in my hip, so good to keep that moving. And I figure I can do my patterns, I can do those slowly. So, yeah, I'm being super careful. I've wrapped my finger to make sure that I don't injure it again. And what do? Jam my one of my toes into the mat, and now I'm hobbling along because it's all black and blue. It's a wonder that I have lived as long as I have. I am such a klutz. It's just incredible. So it's not broken though. So I'm ahead of the game. All right. So big news this week, obviously, is the IOD Q1 release that happened yesterday. So it's been a busy couple of days. Luckily, I got the shipment into the shop the day before, so I was able to get things priced and get them ready, and so people could come into the shop, see them, fondle them, because you just got to touch. But also to order them online. So the release itself are three new molds, and these molds all kind of actually work together. So everything was really very spring focused, spring oriented. So this mold, the toadstools, is as you would expect, all different toadstools and mushrooms. I mean, there's even morels, which is my favorite eating mushroom in the world. You just can never get them. Um, Used to pick them as a kid, but so the toadstools, which is awesome. I oh god, Hidden Hollow. I keep calling it fairy doors because look at those. Now what you can't see and which is awesome is the level of detail in these is incredible. Like the little wood panels on there, each wooden slat has greening in there. And the flowers and the leaves and like the sticks they have wood detailing. It's incredible. So awesome for this, especially those of you that are looking to do pour resin and things. You're going to have incredible detail in there. And this last one, Dewdrop Pond, is ferns with a caterpillar, hummingbird, frogs, and snails, and uh, dragonfly, and there's a salamander, and so they all work together perfectly. I mean, you could use them separately. You do whatever you'd like, but they're just really, really super cute, and just so many projects. All the distributors that had access to these for the past couple of months and that were busy creating projects. I mean, they've been dumping all kinds of inspiration photos for you. Um, three molds, two inlays. One, which is a full big vignette, summer villa, which is kind of side to side cows in a pastoral with a little kind of English estate in the background. The nice thing about this is you can use it in pieces if you needed to. It also doesn't square off at the edges, so you could, um, you know, flip it. You could keep adding more if you wanted to do a whole wall with it. But as well, If your piece was a lot bigger, then these don't square off, right? So it has a nice edging so that you could have space, white space on either side, and it's not going to look weird. It's not blocked off. This paint inlay is perfect for those of you, this is called Melange. So those of you that are looking for individual items, smaller items, it's all little, cut them apart and use it in pieces. I mean, there's bees, and there's old antique scissors and fork and spoon, and there's some little florals. There's a big majestic rooster here. So if you are still intimidated by the inlays, this is the perfect one to get, because you can do tons and tons of smalls. It all works together. There's an awesome picture here of an entire dresser done with all of these added in. So you're not limited in any way. There's lots of tons of small projects. Use them together. Really versatile. And it gives you the opportunity then to be able to play with it a little bit, become a little bit more comfortable. IOD is committed to the inlays. There's going to be some on every release, and they're really quite beautiful. You guys saw the huge big dresser that's just peeking over here that I did with the inlays. There's so much that you can do with them. So it's a new technique, but it really isn't difficult. That one's perfect to be able to play with it. 2 new transfers. This one, which is called Bungalow, is kind of like a jungle theme. So you've got all kinds of ferns and fronds and greenery, and you've got monkeys and cheetahs and parrots and so many options. The one thing that they did was, this does work with each page lining up with the next page. So you can use it as a whole. You could use it just side by side. You could use it going up and down, or there is a focal animal in each little panel. So you could use them individually, and it's a complete picture. So again, lots of versatility in there, and you've got some of the brighter, vibrant colors, and more into a little bit of the jungle theme, which is kind of cool. This one, this transfer is everything. So I had actually downloaded a bunch of these images when they came to be public use, just to print out in 8.5 by 11, use them as background vignettes in some of my projects. Now we have them as a transfer. So this is Milot's pages, and this is, you're going to recognize some of these images where he had put together entire pages, kind of like cataloging various insects or fruit or florals or mushrooms or eggs down here, which is so cool, or vegetables, butterflies, fish. So you have an entire sheet of all of those. Now, many of them have like all of the wording down below as well, itemizing and identifying each of them. So you can use the page in its entirety. Maybe you are doing an entire framed gallery. Maybe you're doing panels on, a buffet. So you can use them in their entirety, or you can cut them apart, create smalls, use a lot of them in journals. I mean, it could last you a lifetime using it if you cut it apart. So it's got tons and tons of options. So super cool. The last elements are 3. There's 10 items in the release. So the last items are the stamps. So here you have, people have been asking for birds and bees, and here you go. So birds and nicely facing both directions, so you can create some balance in your pictures. Bees of every size. So this is awesome. It works great with the branches stamp as well. So being able to create some branches going out and then birds sitting on them, perfect. This one is a 2 stamp set. So um, La Campagne is all farmhouse. It's chickens and hens with their chicks and roosters and berries, and I think there's a sheep and there's a cow lying in a field, and there is so much, and there's all kinds of florals, and there is so much contained in here that is going to be awesome to be able to use in such a wide variety of projects. And then the last one is antiquities. And these are all smalls. So for those of you that were super sad that the knob toppers went away, there are some new knob toppers across the top. So you've got some of those smaller images. You've got larger ones. You've got beehives and dogs wearing top hats and all kinds of little antique images to be able to use in your junk journaling, in any of your scrapbooking, to be able to use and tags at any of your small projects. These are perfect for. And again, use them together to help create a vignette in a bigger image. So super, super, super release. None of them are technically limited edition. But I haven't tried to reorder yet, so I'm not sure about how quickly the reorder process happens with them. But super cool. I still have all of those in stock. Well, okay, I at least have one because I showed you all of them. I haven't stolen mine yet. So as I start to do projects, I'll start pulling them, and as I start getting down, I will try and reload. I think that this is going to be a really popular release. Monday's video. Okay, so Monday's video was a remake of a wreath that I had done with coffee filters that I had purchased from the dollar store. So had it for a while, loved it, loved the big fullness of it. But with all things, you get kind of tired of certain decor. So it was time to zhuzh it up, to switch it up. And it was a bit of a challenge for my finger because it was fine, delicate work. It wasn't hard, but my finger wasn't bending in the direction that I needed to. But I took those filters and I remade them, and I show you how to make them into carnations. I was going to make them into roses, but that required more finger action than I was capable of. So I did carnations instead, which quite honestly became quite difficult by the time I hit 25, and I think that there's closer to 70 on here. So maybe about 65, 70. So I was dying out and I had to space it out. But the nice thing is I love it again. And this is really the overall message is you don't have to be ditching and rebuying decor. You can use existing decor, switch it up, add to it, take away from it, change out colors. And that's one of the things that I also talk about in the video is you could do this in any color that you would like, not just the coffee stain. So this one is up on the website right now for, just checking, $26. So that baby's available. I do have, so I have a lot of really, I love this haul this week. I love a lot of these items. So if I say, oh, I love this, sorry, I don't mean to be redundant. It's just super cool. I love it. So this little pottery jar. So it does have in the lid the little cutout so that you could use it for jams or jellies or honey, or if you were having a charcuterie board, you could have red pepper jelly in there, or whatever works for you. This is from Craighurst Pottery. It is signed and stamped on the bottom, and this is in the shop for $6.50. So nicely glazed on the inside so that you can use it with any of those items. So I love pottery, and I am partial to blue, which I may have a number of blue items tonight. blues and greens. It's kind of a theme, blue and green tonight. All right, so another little pottery item. This is stinking cute. This is adorable. So for $5 is this little pottery figurine. So it's a little girl with a hat, and she's got her hands to the front because right here you'll notice there's a hole. And what she is she's a little bud holder. So you can stick a little, you could stick dry florals in there if you'd like, or you could stick like a little fresh bud and she just sits out until the bud doesn't make it, but she's just super cute. She's got a sweet little smile on her face. So love that. She was definitely different and unique, and you know I always like that. Okay, I also have 3 rustic hooks. So these are old. I'm trying to think. Barn. I'm going. You know those big structures on farms. It's a busy day in the store today. So this is like old barn wood almost. So it's very rustic, with these kind of pewter toned double hooks. This one has a little bee. This guy has a little mushroom, and this one is berries. So they are $4.50 each on the website, and there's a drop-down menu so you can pick which one you'd like. I mean, you can pick all of them if you'd like, but they're sold by the each in case you really only want one. I get a lot of people that say don't bundle everything all the time. So if you don't want 3, you can buy one of your choice. There you go. I have another wood pounder. So I have one in the store, which is smaller. I think it's about here. This one is much taller. It too is $9. It is hand turned. So it's just even a nice, lovely piece of wood if you'd like. I'm not sure what you pound with this. I mean, I think for sauerkraut, I think of wider base, but it doesn't have to, depending upon what you're making. It's got a nice depth, though, to be able to pound into a crock, whereas the other one was much shorter. But you could do your tomatoes, yeah. So cool. All right, so I love all things tea, and I like cement, and this is so I'm selling this as a set. I should put glasses on because I keep lifting them thinking I don't have glasses on. So I'm selling these as a set. It's a little cement teacup and a little cement teapot, both of which are tea light holders. So the pair is $7, and they're just super cute. I love those because they're unusual, right? I really trying to create a little bit of space over there. Okay, so I have 2 mugs tonight, 2 individual mugs. This is from Portobello in England. So it's designed there. I think it's made in China, but it's designed in Portobello. And it's got like the rough redware pottery down here, but the rest is all completely glazed. And I'm calling this a farmhouse mug because it's got the black farmhouse design all the way around. So it's a nice sized coffee latte mug, $8. Yeah, it's just super cute. Super cute. So some England pottery. This guy is just a lovely little carved duck. Now, I will say the head is carved separately from the body. And what makes this one kind of different is he's got a brass beak. So see, brass beak with the nostrils. So $11 for this little guy. He's just super sweet. And he's got his little glass eyes. This little pottery dish is $5. Now, usually you see these, this kind of looks like Spanish pottery, but it isn't signed or stamped on the back, so I don't know. But it's got the look of Spanish pottery, possibly Portugal, but more Spanish, because this is a ginger grater. So can you see those raised, almost like hooks in the base there? This is where what you grate your ginger against. So super cute, but really functional design as well. So
Could get wasabi too.
yeah, wasabi as well. Wasabi would be,
Horseradish.
or if you're making fresh horseradish, this would be a great grater for that as well. So yeah, I hadn't thought of that. So usually they just call them ginger graters, but wasabi, horseradish, those would all work perfectly with it also. So very cool. Oh, my husband's just pulled that to look at it himself. So there you go. This is a collectible. It's in pristine condition. This is a Lladró from Spain. This is called the walking bear. It's a polar bear. This is in the tan color. It is stamped Lladró. It's got its distinctive look in the tan color and that highly polished glaze. He's got, like that pale gray blue on the muzzle and his ear points as well. And they sell for lots. This is 65 in the shop. He doesn't have his original box, but look at that sweet face. So cute. He looks worrisome. He's got a little fretful face on him. This pottery jug. Now, this is, I think I just called it handled. I love the design, so the shape is just really nice. But the colors are so cool. So in kind of that pale aqua blue and a little bit of that lime green. But what's also really cool is that there's like a reaction between them. And I did get a picture of that I put in. It kind of goes down into it, and it's spotted up here where it's almost like, when you have those paint pours and they have the cells that just sort of explode and they've got tons of detail. It looks sort of like that. So really, really cool glazing on this guy. So just a really pretty decorative piece, definitely functional as well. It isn't signed by a particular maker, so I wasn't able to track that down, but it's 14.
Betty Ann says hello.
Hey, Betty Ann. I went through the ribbons today, so I have a bit of a haul to take my mom. So she will definitely thank you, honey, and I thank you because I kept a bunch too. So there you go. All right, this is So I called this a cup / vase because it could certainly be either. It is kind of in a cup shape, but it's got the little lip that's reminiscent of a vase. It's hand painted. It is signed on the bottom with initials. Cool, cute little tulip design. Somehow that's a data usage warning on my phone, so that can't be a good thing. $7.50 for this guy. I also have this set of 4. Now, you know what? I didn't call them ramekins. I think I called them pots. So that soft yellow polka dotted pots. You could do muffins, cupcakes in this. You could use them as ramekins. You could do your muesli in it. I mean, you could have them as dips out on, an appetizer board. But it's all 4 of these cute, sweet little pots for $10. Let me reach to get this guy. All right. So this is a set of 3 nesting Pyrex bowls. These are the Pyrex bowls that have the clear base. These are oven and microwave safe. They are not stovetop safe, so you're not cooking in them on the stovetop, but you can put them into the oven or the microwave. And it's in 3 shades of blue. And I tried to give you a picture of the fact that there is just some wear, scratch marks on the outside of each of these. Nothing particularly terrible or drastic, but it is the reason why in the shop they're $25 and not $75. And I think I'm saying that right. Yeah, 25. Okay. I have two of these little mini lidded pots. So they've got the little finial lid. They've got the rubber stopper. They've just got this lovely raised pattern.
Betty Ann says, love the color of the bowls.
I know the really pretty color of those blues in there. Selling these individually, $4.50 each. They're just kind of a nice little size. These would fit toothpicks really nicely, I think, but also perfect for, in your craft room for needles and things like that too. They're just kind of a handy little size for organizing smalls, I think. Okay, now we have this little pottery guy, also for $5. Just this adorable little owl. Look at his eyes. So super sweet, kind of looking up, a little bit of wear on this eye, but nothing really, no cracks, chips or anything. It's all in this kind of this spotted, worn green color. So he's super cute as well. I'm trying to clear off a couple of big things here. So the other mug, because I mentioned that I had two mugs, is this mug, which is kind of polar bears and different fir trees, and there's like bear families and individual bears and the occasional, it's got some mountains there and little polar bear inside the rim. Bright gold handle. I forget the name of the tea company this is from. Tracy's Teas? Something like that. It's in the description. But $8 for this lovely mug as well. And it's just, it's just slightly irregular in shape. So it's not like a perfect round. It's like small little curved edges all the way around. So it makes it a little bit more interesting, I think, in terms of shape. We've also got this frosted green glass jar with the matching lid, and it too has the rubber stopper, which is great when you're talking glass. One, it closes nice and snug, but it also means you're not kind of chinking the glass against each other. So far less likely to be chipping. And I love the fact that it's kind of a gradient, right? You've got that kind of that fade happening up to the top, and the frosting is just kind of delightful. I think I said it's $9, but I just said it again. All these items, of course, are on the website, queenbeecreationshome.com, or in the shop, so whichever you prefer. This particular platter, I was trying to find, it is numbered on the back, 1778, and I'm thinking, I don't know why, but the back makes me think of USA Pottery or California Pottery, but I wasn't able to track that down, so I left it unlabeled. I don't know for certain, but it's got these big blue florals on a blue speckled background, and it's just beauty, and a nice size. It's not oversized. You're not putting your turkey on it, but it's a nice size platter and certainly lovely, even as a decor piece. $14 for that. Another big item that I have, it's still got its original sticker on it, saying that it was handcrafted in Portugal. So no, this, you would remove this. And it is stamped underneath, but you've got the yellow, kind of that creamy golden yellow, and it's got gingerbread men around the circumference on the top of the plate. $18 for this cake plate from Portugal. And then we also have this lovely Sky McGee piece. So this is called Antique Rose by Sky McGee. Sky McGee makes all kinds of fine porcelain pieces. And this has no chips, no cracks, and no wear to the gold, which is awesome and unusual, but it's got lots of gold detailing. Interestingly, when I was looking this up on the net, I saw it in the shop here. It's $25. I saw it for 129, but I did see it for 35 as well. So people are charging a big range for these babies. So either way, I'm charging 25, so that's even a better deal than the other. But it's just got like soft, lovely, um, kind of antique cream roses with the pale greens. So it's just lovely. It's kind of a nice special piece, a nice special picture. The last item, because Friday's video is it's a demo of a card. So it is showing you how to make a money card using this plastic window off of a wet wipes container. So I've already gifted the card complete with money. So you have to watch the video to see. But it was very cool because what it allows you to do is to stuff in tons of cash. And I'm evil, so I did all fives. So this is for my oldest grandson, and he was pulling out a great big long chain. I have a delightful picture of him wearing all of his bills as a scarf, so it's very cute. Last item for the night is another original watercolor. I originally thought that this was, when I was picking it up, I thought that it was like a mixed media. I thought that these were going to be tissue paper or something, but I had to open it up because the painting itself had become loose from the matting, so I had to remount it and realized, no, that's just all watercolor. So I called it Fishes for obvious reasons. And the best that I was able to make out is that I think that it says Ramona Lundman. It's hard to see, but it is signed, and it's just kind of super cute and just kind of a little bit fun and whimsical, very loose watercolor. It's for 28 in the shop, so something a little bit different. You can see some of the different textural elements that she did to be able to create some unique looks in it, so it's kind of fun. Okay, that's it for tonight. There's a lot of information, a lot of items. The last thing that I will say is I just got notified today that I've been accepted to run auctions on Whatnot. So I have to do a training still. I haven't booked anything or planned anything, but I will let you know, just so that if you haven't checked it out, you can come and check me out when I'm running the first one. I'll probably mess it up, so you can come and laugh. But you can at least come and keep me company and make it look like I got some folks in there, and that might lure some other people in, because nobody wants to go into an empty auction. But that would be the new experiment. We'll see how that goes. So I have been putting aside some items for auction, and then I'll probably pull some other items from the store. And if you've been in here lately, then you know it's crowded, and if that venue helps me move some of those items out to make room for other new ones, cool, I'm good with that. Thank you as always for tuning in. Thank you as well for sharing. Some of you are awesome for doing that. Really, really appreciate it. Whether on YouTube or on Facebook, check out queenbeecreationshome.com, whether for the new IOD stuff or any of the items that happen to be in the shop right now. Take care. Hope to see you next week. Thanks, guys.